My friends in the human family, every right to vote we have came through the blood of the martyrs and sacrifice. The 15th Amendment that says the right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude came through the blood. The Voting Rights Act, signed August 6, 1965, amended 5 times to expand protections designed to enforce the voting rights guaranteed by the 14th and 15th Amendment, especially for racial minorities and especially in the South, came through the blood. The blood of the martyrs, the blood of slaves, the blood of abolitionists, the blood of white, the blood of black, the blood of freedom fighters, the blood of Native Americans, the blood of soldiers, the blood of Latinos, the blood of the gay, the blood of straight, the blood of Christians, the blood of Catholics, the blood of Jewish people, the blood of Muslims, so many unnamed. But we can never forget that every right to vote has been signed in blood. And we are here to say to America, wake up, can't you see that it is a desecration to the memory of the martyrs for the Voting Rights Act to be gutted by the Supreme Court? It is a desecration to the memory of the martyrs and their blood to pass Citizens United, which gives money, greed, and racism the power to buy the elections that they can't earn at the ballot box. It's a desecration of the blood for the extremist leadership of the United States Senate and the House to engage since June 25, 2013, the day of the Shelby decision, a 1,027-day interposition filibuster, 1,025 days longer than Strom Thurmond filibustered the Civil Rights Act. They've been filibustering fixing the Voting Rights Act. They've been refusing to do the job that Congress is assigned to do in the 15th Amendment. 1,000 days, allowing the Attorney General of the 21st century to have less power than the Attorney General had in 1965. 1,000 days, allowing a race-driven legislature and governors all through this country to engage in retrogressive voter suppression laws. 1,000 days of the worst attacks on voting since the 19th century. But not only is it a desecration, Rebecca, it's an attack on our democracy. Without the unabridged right to vote, the heart of the democracy is under attack. I come from the South, from North Carolina, where we have seen since Shelby the worst coordinated attack in this country. At the very time that African Americans are voting at 70%, and we're building fusion with progressive whites and Latinos, we've seen an extremist governor and legislature vote to put in place apartheid voting districts. We've seen them shorten the early voting period by a full week because 70% of those that use the first week are African American. We've seen them eliminate same-day registration because 43% of those that use same-day registration are African American. And we've seen them pass a strict form of photo ID that negatively impacts 300,000 voters. This is a racial and class attack on our democracy. And let it be clear, the attack on voting rights is not just an attack on black people, it's an attack on labor. It's an attack on living wages. It's an attack on the peace effort. It's an attack on health care. It's an attack on women. It's an attack on LGBT community. It's an attack on climate change. It's an attack on justice and criminal justice reform. It's an attack on the common good and the general welfare of America. And let us understand why it is an attack. It is an attack by modern-day race and class-driven Southern strategists who are reaching back to the theories of Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, and Kevin Phillips because they know that black, Latino, and whites now have the power to break open the South. are fighting to hold on to the South because they know that in 13 states in the South, you have 160 electoral college votes, you have 26 senators, you have 13 governors who control election boards, and you have 135 U.S. House seats, which make up 31% of the House. They know if they can suppress the vote, they can lock up the South for another generation. But they don't know that we know. That we know with the right to vote and the protections of the Voting Rights Act, we can break open the South and free up this nation. And so, we know the trick. We've seen it before, and it will not work again. We've come to this hallowed mall to say to America, there's an awakening happening. It is not being launched this week. It's already been launched. We see it all over the country. We see it in the lawyers of the NAACP. We see it when labor wins. We see it in the fight for 15. We see it with Black Lives Matter. We see it in Tomorrow Monday. We see it when people of faith are standing up all over this country. That the alarm of conscience has gone off. There is an awakening. Wake up, everybody. It's our time. It's our Selma. It's our vote. Wake up, America. Wake up, America.